can never have an end point to anything that you want to achieve. You're always working towards it, working to maintain it, or working to work above it. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Something was different. I wonder what it is. I forgot my cup. Today, guess what's inside? Nothing, because I couldn't be asked to fill it up. The ghetto! But I hope you guys are well from my last video. I find that if I have my notes written down for the videos, everything just runs a little bit smoothly. As part of CAD Talks, we're talking about how to become better versions of ourselves, how to self-love, how to just be motivated, and how to just, look for those little things in life to keep pushing us forward. If you ever want to send me questions for me to answer, for our CAD Talks, girly talks, just life, just anything you really want to talk about, because I feel like if you have a question, there's bound to be someone else out there who has a question. Or maybe I have thought about it before, but I've never really spoken about it. But yes, that's what we're doing today. So today, any advice on practicing self-discipline? I have trouble staying focused on work or even watching a YouTube video, and I can't stick with projects. So I guess we're going to be talking about self-discipline today, and I am the wrong person to ask about that.
This is a problem for me.
I am really the wrong person to ask about self-discipline, because life just happens. And if you're a procrastinator, it's going to be harder for you to maintain self-discipline, but it doesn't mean that we don't have to try. And you know what? Me filming these videos and talking about this is also helping me, because I've watched my my first video on fears. What was it titled?
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh. I'm my own worst enemy. I'm actually conquering fear of failure and learning how to live unapologetically. So I've watched that video a few times when I kind of feel down, and it's just like when you film a video and you watch yourself back with the edits and stuff, it's like, who is this person? Because I only speak motivationally like 20% of the time. The other 80% of the time, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know why I'm here, and I kind of just don't have that motivation that I have in my videos. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm perfect, or I know all the answers, or I know everything, or I'm so I'm not. But I just have moments, when you have advice for your friends but you yourself don't listen to your own advice. This is that. I am the friend with the advice who also doesn't listen to her own advice. So if I can film it, write it down, say it, record it, watch it back, in turn, it should help motivate me and then motivate you. So it's killing two birds with one stone. So what's discipline? So discipline to me is being committed without fail, regardless of external and internal factors. So regardless of what's going out, being disciplined means you're not gonna get distracted. You're not gonna be, off. You're not gonna put yourself off track. But then the actual definition of like self-discipline is the ability you have to control and motivate yourself, and staying on track and doing what is right. That sounds like a lot. To have control and motivate yourself, and stay on track and do what is right. To tell yourself that you're gonna have an end goal to anything is bizarre. Like, unless it's a fixed point or a fixed mentality, you can never have an end point to anything that you want to achieve. You're always working towards it, working to maintain it, or working to work above it. So don't say to yourself, I want to be self-disciplined. There's no actual threshold to being self-disciplined. You either work towards it or you maintain it. I think that's what people struggle with, especially like mental capacities. People are always wanting to be happy. You have to work towards being happy and maintain it. It's all, anything that you do is always working towards and maintaining it. No one's 100% disciplined in oneself. We're always going to have moments where we slip off. We're always going to have moments of weakness. We're always going to have moments where we kind of forget who we are, and it's okay to have small moments, but it shouldn't deter you from continuing, and it shouldn't stop you from progressing. There's different ways of having self-discipline, and you have to find in yourself, what's your weakest point. So for example, I would say one of my worst areas of self-discipline is my ability to control my focus. I can be focused for a set period of time, and then after that it just goes downhill. It's like the build up to a roller coaster. I'm really good. I get to my peak and I just drop. I burn out energy quite quick. I have a lot of energy and it gets burnt out quite quick. It's like a redox reaction. Yeah, if you're in chemistry, you know what that means. But first, you want to see what your weaknesses are, or areas where you want to manage over your life in a healthy way. So for me, it's procrastination. And one way I decided to manage my procrastination was to schedule in things that I wanted to do. I know it sounds weird, but I have a tendency of knowing what I want, knowing that I have to do it and not doing it. So for example, filming this video, I knew I had to film the video, but I set a reminder on my phone to film this video so that A, I don't have any excuse for forgetting, and B, I can kind of schedule things around it. Like I did all my uni assignments first before I filmed this video so that I had time. There was no excuse to do it. So maybe something that you'd want to do is schedule it in. I will go back to ways in how to do that a little bit later down the line. But first you want to find out what it is you want to manage. So as I said, for me it's procrastination. Perhaps for you it's one of your other weaknesses. You want to think about what it is you're doing, okay, and what are the benefits of managing that. So for example, this person, they said they had trouble staying focused on work, and obviously you can apply this to other things by substituting out situations, or if not, leave suggestions down below and I can do a more detailed video if I have the knowledge on it to do so. You have to know what it is you're doing and what the benefits are. So if you're doing a uni assignment, you know you need to get a good grade on it, but also you need to have that knowledge. So if you work towards getting that knowledge rather than getting the assignment done, you'll realize you're more focused on what it is you're reading, focused on what it is you're researching, rather than focusing on I need to get a good grade. Because if you focus on getting a good grade, you're going to find a shortcut to get the work done, because in your mind, when you start to struggle, at this point you just want to pass. So first point is, what are you doing and what are the benefits? If you figure that out, then you can find your starting point for your motivation to get it done and to stay focused. What are your biggest distractions? So when you set out to do your work, what's your biggest distraction? Is it social media? Is it Netflix? Is it your friends, your family? What is it that causes you to get your work out and then stop? So for me, for example, I'll be doing my work and then I realize, oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, speaking of which, I haven't had a drink. See, that's my biggest distraction. My mind is just all over the place. That causes a lot of my distraction. I'm always thinking. For me, it's my mind. Like I have about 50 tabs open at one point. I'm thinking of a meme in my head. I'm thinking about what I'm going to be doing next. I'm thinking about what happened yesterday. I'm thinking about what's going to happen in a few months' time. I just think a lot. And if you find yourself thinking a lot, what I did was get a mini journal and I just jotted it down. Like I have like a massive to-do list. Even if I have no intent of actually doing it, I just write it down so it's outside of my head. But if it's social media, you need to I've set a timer on my phone, so I only have 1 hour of social media scrolling across all apps, so like TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. What else? Other social media do I have? I think that's about it. Twitter, did I mention Twitter? Yeah, but like those, I have an hour time on my phone, so I spend that hour on social media, and then afterwards it kind of it locks it off. Obviously you can type your password back in to get back into it, but I don't do that. And it's still on my phone, not because I forgot what the password is to turn it off.
There's a difference.
But it's actually helps because you realize how much time you spend on social media. Like even if you go into your screen time settings, it doesn't really show you, but once that hour time's up, you're like, wow, I spent an hour scrolling that you could have been doing productive work. And if it's not work-based, perhaps look at your social life. Like, is it your friends influencing you to do something that leads to your weakness? Is it family? Is it the stress of your relationship? Is it the stress of your family life? Is it the stress of work? Something obviously caused your distraction to fall back into that habit that you want to get rid of. So find the influence or the factor that causes you to slip back into your habit that you want to get rid of. What do you do when you catch yourself procrastinating? For this person that said they have trouble staying focused on work, what do you do to catch yourself procrastinating? When I'm doing work and I start to procrastinate, I go on my phone, I go make food, I go, clean my room, even though it doesn't need cleaning, or maybe it does sometimes, because we all have them days where stuff's just everywhere. Or I end up sleeping. If you really want to stop yourself, if you're really determined to do this, make a note of things that you do when you're procrastinating. You might not even notice in the moment that you're procrastinating, you just catch yourself off guard, but make a mental note or physical note of what you do when you procrastinate. I realized I like to go sleep, or I like to go wander off and start conversations, or I like to go sit down somewhere away from my work, and then I come back and I'm like, oh, I was meant to be doing my work. So look at what happens when you find yourself procrastinating, because when you're drawn to other physical activities, it's because you think that they're more important than what you're doing. Even though your work might be more important, but when you're drawn to certain things, it's kind of your brain's way of letting you know, hey, we haven't done this for a while, let's do it. Because you're so concentrated on doing your work that you get bored, and then you said, hey, what else can I do that I need to be doing? And you do it at an inappropriate time, because you're meant to be doing your work, you're meant to be focusing on this thing, but you can't help but get distracted by doing something else that's also meant to be important, but it's an inappropriate time. We need to stop that. So make a note of what it is you find yourself doing, and make sure you do those things, or try to do those things before you have work to do. Also think about where it is that you're working. Are you working in your room? Are you working in the library? Even though it's a bit hard now with COVID restrictions. Are you working at your dining room too? Look at the environment that you're working in and say, is this an environment where I can focus and concentrate? For me, when I'm working, I like to have background noise, like music, or soothing music. I have a playlist linked in my description below, different playlists that you can play, like study and chill music, but I like to have like quiet music playing in the background, and it has to be playing out loud. It can't be in my earphone, because if it's in my earphones, I'm tempted to go on socials and watch funny videos. But no, if it's playing out loud, I'm kind of in the zone where it's not directly in my ear, it's just around, and I can get work done. If you're someone who likes to work with other people, obviously now with restrictions that's a little bit hard, but do FaceTime or Zoom sessions and try to really motivate each other to get work done. But you have to figure out a way that you like doing work, and that comes from trying different things. Okay, when you're lacking focus, your mind is obviously elsewhere. So if you're distracted by your relationship, or you're distracted by other chores you have to do, or other responsibilities that you might have, or just other things going in your life, you need to find time to clear your head, either through journaling, or going on a walk before you do your work, or doing things that just make you at peace. For me, it's something that makes me like calm, cool, and collected is if I watch stand-up comedy. It sounds weird, but I'll watch like a Kevin Hart stand-up comedy, or different types of comedy. I'll watch like a few clips of them. I just love to laugh when I'm feeling down, or I feel distracted. I just love to laugh. Even when I wake up in the morning, I'll try and watch a stand-up comedy, because the wit, the humor just gets your brain active, and you're kind of in that zone. Well, for me anyways, I'm kind of in that zone where I'm ready to do anything now. So find something that brings you peace, and something that's in your little bubble. Do that before you do work, because if you can concentrate on something that's important to you, or something that kind of brings you a little bit of calm, or that clears your mind a little, then start your work, then I'm sure you'll be in a better headspace. So I will leave a more detailed post in the description below. I'll keep updating it, so keep looking. Just different ways that you can probably bring peace and calm before you start your walk. So yeah, so journaling, going on walks, doing things like little chores and something that kind of brings you peace, and to put your head in that mindset. Also, what I want to say is just be prepared. So have your glass of water, your cup of tea, your slice of toast, your pick and mix fruit.
What is this, honey?
Also take breaks. If this is something where it's an all-day study, work for 45 minutes and take a break. I'm against setting timers. I used to set timers like, okay, I'm gonna do a 45-minute session and then have a 15-minute break. I'd be waiting for that 45 minutes to finish. Like, I'd start, I'm like, okay, how much time do I have left? 43 minutes. You know what I mean? You'll be sitting there thinking, okay, I'm doing loads of work. You check the time's not going. Then you say, okay, I'm gonna end my break early. Just start your work. Whenever you get bored, say 5 more minutes, okay? You do 5 more minutes, you stop, you take a 15-minute break, or you go on that walk or something. Don't mock yourself by doing only 5 minutes of work and then not doing anything else for the rest of the day, because then you're gonna stay up late at night wondering, what did I actually do?
Girl, bye.
And start slow. Like, you're not gonna build your focus up from doing one session after watching this video or something, or reading a self-help book. That's not gonna happen. You need to start slow. You need to gradually build up your ability to stay focused and your ability to bring your attention to something that's important to you. You need to be able to reward yourself. So when you've realized that you've done something that you set out to do, reward yourself, not by snacks or by food or by other naughty things, but by investing in yourself. So whether it's that extra self-care, you know, I'm gonna paint my nails, or I'm gonna do my hair, or I'm gonna do my makeup, or I'm gonna do a face mask, or I'm gonna have a bath. Extra self-care, because you know what, you need to take care of your body, because your body does a lot more work than you do. If you sitting on your sofa watching TV, do you know how many neurons are firing off for nonsense? Do you know how many neurons are firing off for watching this video? Motor proteins are over there making sure that everything's working in your body. You need to reward yourself by taking care of your body as well, okay? Do some reading. Read your favorite book. I know some of you were readers, big readers, but where has that love gone? You know, spend time by investing in yourself. No, reward yourself by investing in yourself. So you can do reading. You can do something that's mentally stimulating. But I'm gonna have it on my blog if you want to read more about it. If you reward yourself by giving yourself snacks or leisures, you're mixing up your other actions with your leisures. So say for example, you finish a uni assignment and you decide that you're gonna have some takeaway, or you're gonna have some ice cream. By doing that, you're not really valuing the effort you spent doing your assignment. Or say for example, you had a good day at school, or you just had a good day in general, you might reward yourself with ice cream. You having a good day, is that the same value as finishing your assignment? Not for me, because I know how hard assignments can be, or how hard homework can be, and you don't want to put the standard of your reward for doing something that took you self-discipline and took you hardship and sweat and tears to be the same thing as having a good day. Having a good day is important, but the rewards you set for yourself for having a good day shouldn't be the same level as the rewards you set for having, you know, a hard time. And remember, no one's 100% disciplined, but it takes time, it takes focus and determination. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what other things you want to talk about, and as usual, there will be a blog post on this that goes into a little bit more detail, but obviously not everyone has patience to list it out, and I can't talk to save my life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, share and subscribe. Check out my blog, linked in the description below. Oh, and my Spotify playlist, which is also linked in the description below, and my Instagram. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, evening, night, whatever it is. I haven't drunk too much of my drink today because I was so focused. I hope you guys have a productive day, and I hope this helps someone find, you know, your little gravity. And also check out my blog post, because I'll be a lot more detailed and a lot more well spoken and well written.
Now, bye-bye. Your problem is solved. Carry on.
And thank you for commenting if I look pretty today. Sorry, it's just something about getting all pretty after like a week of looking like a hot mess. It's just something that you have to do once in a while. You have to just put on makeup for no reason and get dressed up for no reason. I do that all the time. I put on clothes in my wardrobe when I feel sad, because if I look good, I will feel good. It's a weird coping mechanism, but whatever works for you works for you. What works for me works for me. Mind your own business, and now mind mine.